40s in America, it was an insult to call something ghetto. It implied something was poor or run down. Also in the 80s in America, the restaurant chain Chuck E. Cheese was born. You know, the place with lame arcade games for kids, weird, dusty animatronic singing mice around the restaurant, and absolutely horrible pizza. Well, that same Chuck E. Cheese restaurant chain just got bought for about $1 billion by a private equity firm named Apollo, the same one that bought Hostess last year, thus saving the stupid Twinkie from extinction. Seriously, they think that dump, Chuck E. Cheese, is worth saving for $1 billion. The restaurant is so ghetto that horrible stuff happens there all the time. For instance, it has a killer named after it, the Chuck E. Cheese killer, because a man killed 4 employees at one franchise in Colorado. A 30-person brawl once broke out at a Chuck E. Cheese in Illinois over arcade prize tickets. In a Florida Chuck E. Cheese, of course, 18 men started fighting at a kid's birthday party, which led to a shooting and multiple drug arrests. Kids are constantly being abandoned at Chuck E. Cheese across the nation, sometimes by accident, sometimes on purpose. A woman pulled a gun at a Connecticut Chuck E. Cheese, a grandmother was assaulted at a Michigan Chuck E. Cheese, the list goes on, to the point where gossip blogger Perez Hilton even has a whole section on his website about all the ghetto things that go on at Chuck E. Cheese restaurants. And now that same chain just sold for about $1 billion. That's what American private equity invests in. We're not putting $1 billion toward ending poverty, feeding the hungry, building clean energy infrastructure, or furthering education. Nope. We're using it to revive Chuck E. Cheese. So it's no surprise that 30 years later in America, being ghetto is now cool, to the point where the phrase ghetto fabulous really exists. We put all of our resources into making money any way we can, regardless of how crappy the things we're making actually are. The result is that our entire country has now become one giant ghetto, complete with the world's worst pizza. Tonight, let's talk about that by following me on Twitter @TheResident.